Listen careful. You will never run out of money. Most people will scroll right past this. They'll keep living with that same heavy question looping in the back of their mind. What if the money runs out? What if this is the month I can't cover it? What if everything I've built slips through my fingers? And yet, you didn't. You stopped here. You leaned in. And that's no accident. Because when a message like this finds you, it isn't random. It's a signal. A doorway. A whisper from life itself saying, enough. It's time. Time to step out of the endless cycle of earning and losing. Time to step away from the fear of watching the last dollar drain away. Time to step into a new story, the one where you never run out of money. Think about it. How many nights have you stayed awake replaying numbers in your head, twisting them like puzzle pieces that never quite fit? How many mornings have you opened your banking app with a pit in your stomach, bracing for the number to be smaller than yesterday? How many times have you smiled on the outside while inside you're holding your breath, terrified of the moment money dries up again? That fear has lived with you long enough. It's heavy. It's loud. And you don't deserve to carry it anymore. Because here's the truth. The fear of money running out is worse than money itself. The anxiety steals your sleep. The worry steals your energy. The stress steals your creativity, the very power that could bring more to you. But this is the shift. This is where the cycle breaks. This is where you declare that the story of scarcity is over, and the story of overflow begins. So breathe. Really breathe. Let your lungs fill. Let your chest expand. And hear this, not just as words on a screen, but as a new reality pressing its way into your life. I never run out of money. I live in overflow, with gratitude. Read it again. Feel it. This is not just a phrase, it's a contract. It's the line where you step off the shaky bridge of survival and plant your feet firmly on the ground of stability. From this moment forward, understand something deep. You are not meant to live on the edge. You are not meant to survive on crumbs. You are not meant to live in fear of what runs out. You are meant to live in flow. A flow that never runs dry. A flow that replenishes as fast as you give. A flow that provides more than enough, not just once, but continually. And the fact that you're still here, still reading, still breathing these words in, tells me something about you. You are ready. You are open. You are stepping into the truth that money never leaves you empty. Because when you declare it, when you claim it, when you believe it, you don't just change your mind. You change the atmosphere around you. And this is only the beginning. Right now, you've been living in two worlds at once. On the outside, you may look calm, handling responsibilities, going to work, keeping everything together. But on the inside, you've been walking a tightrope. One foot in fear, what if it all runs out? One foot in fragile hope, maybe this month will be different. And let's be honest, that kind of living is exhausting. The constant calculations. The second guessing every purchase. The silent shame when someone else seems to have it figured out while you're secretly holding your breath just to make it through. But hear this, what you've carried is not a curse. It's not punishment. It's not proof that you're destined to struggle forever. No, what you're feeling right now is a signal. It's life pressing you, preparing you, shaping you for a greater truth. You will never run out of money. Think of it this way, money is not meant to be a cruel game of chase. It's not meant to taunt you, slipping away the second you touch it. Money is meant to circulate, to flow, to move into your life and through your life with rhythm, with grace, with ease. And the only reason it ever felt like it ran out is because fear told you it could. Fear whispered, it's not enough. Fear hissed, it won't last. Fear shouted, you'll fail again. But fear is a liar. And today, the liar loses its voice. So pause right here. Place your hand on your heart. Breathe deep. And let these words roll through you like thunder. I never run out of money. I live in overflow, with gratitude. Say it softly first. Then stronger. Then louder. Until your whole being knows it's true. Because here's the shift. You don't wait for the money to come in before you feel secure. You decide now that security is yours. And once you decide, life rearranges itself to match your declaration. This is how the cycle breaks. You stop bracing for lack. You stop fearing the last dollar. You stop expecting the flow to dry up. Instead, you step into a rhythm where money flows as naturally as breath. In, out, in, out. Always replenishing. Always returning. Always enough. And when you live in that rhythm, fear has no grip on you anymore. Bills don't crush you. Unexpected expenses don't paralyze you. The thought of running out doesn't even belong in your vocabulary. Because the truth has taken root. You never run out of money. You live in steady flow. You walk in abundance. This is not hype. This is alignment. Alignment between your belief, your words, your energy, and your action. And once alignment begins, overflow becomes inevitable. Imagine this with me for a moment. You wake up tomorrow, and the first thought that greets you isn't fear. It isn't worry. It isn't the weight of bills sitting on your chest like a stone. No, your first thought is peace. You check your account, and instead of bracing for disappointment, you smile. There's more than enough. There's always enough. You walk into the grocery store, and for the first time in years, you don't tally the total in your head. You pick up what you need. You pick up what you want. You leave with arms full and heart light. You pay your bills before they're even due, not because you're forced to, but because you can. And when you send that payment, it doesn't feel like loss anymore. It feels like freedom. Money leaving your hands isn't an ending. It's a cycle, a signal, a promise that even more is flowing back to you. This is overflow. Overflow is not about piles of gold locked in a vault. It's not about greed or hoarding. Overflow is about knowing you'll never run dry. It's the confidence that no matter what life asks of you, you can meet it and still have more left over. It's the deep breath of buying gas without checking the price. It's the joy of saying yes to opportunities instead of calculating if you can afford the risk. It's generosity that flows out of you because you know giving doesn't deplete you, it multiplies you. And here's the secret. Overflow doesn't wait for perfect timing. It doesn't wait until every debt is gone. It doesn't wait until you earn it. Overflow begins the moment you decide. I never run out of money. I live in overflow, with gratitude. Because the truth is, money isn't just numbers in a bank account, it's energy. And energy obeys belief. The moment you stop fearing the last dollar and start expecting replenishment, you open the doors for money to come from places you never even imagined. That refund you forgot about. That raise you didn't expect. That opportunity that seemed too far out of reach but suddenly lands in your lap. That random kindness that clears a debt or delivers provision right when you need it most. These aren't coincidences. They are proof. Proof that once you align with overflow, life conspires to keep you filled. So see it. Feel it. Step into it now. A wallet that never empties. A table that is always set. A home that feels safe, warm, and fully provided for. A future where money isn't a chain around your neck, but a tool in your hand. This is the promise of overflow, stability, freedom, generosity, and peace. Not someday. Not later. Not if you're lucky. But now. And if you're still reading this, I know one thing. You were called here for this moment. To leave behind the story of lack. To walk boldly into the story of overflow. Here's the truth. Overflow doesn't just happen to you. It flows through you. And the key that unlocks it is not complicated. It's not hidden. It's not reserved for a chosen few. The key is your declaration. Because words aren't just sounds. They are signals. Every word you speak, every phrase you repeat, sends a command into the unseen. And when your words align with your belief, and your belief aligns with your action, nothing can stop the flow. So right now, wherever you are, pause. Place your hand on your chest. Feel your heartbeat, steady, strong, constant. That's what money will feel like from this moment forward. Steady, strong, constant. And now, with conviction, speak this out loud. I never run out of money. I live in overflow, with gratitude. Say it again. Whisper it. Then declare it stronger. And one more time, this time with every ounce of your spirit poured into it. I never run out of money. I live in overflow, with gratitude. Something shifts the moment those words leave your mouth. The atmosphere bends. The energy rearranges. Your mind begins to believe. And once your mind believes, your reality follows. Don't just say it once and move on. Write it. Type it. Claim it daily until it's no longer a phrase. It's your truth. Because a declaration is more than a sentence. It's a contract. It's you saying to life, I accept. I'm ready. I am aligned with overflow. And here's the beauty. Every time you say it, you're not just speaking for yourself. You're sending out a ripple. Someone else who feels the weight you once carried will hear your words, see your declaration, and realize they, too, can step into overflow. So type it in the comments. Say it when you wake up. Repeat it before you fall asleep. Let it echo until it becomes louder than fear, louder than doubt, louder than every old story of lack. I never run out of money. I live in overflow, with gratitude. And understand this, your declaration is not wishful thinking. It's not pretending. It's not fake it until you make it. It is activation. It is alignment. It is the point where your old story ends and your new story begins. From this moment forward, every bill you pay will feel lighter. Every purchase you make will carry confidence. Every dollar that leaves will know exactly where to return and multiply. This is the power of your words. This is the promise of your overflow. This is the moment everything changes. Now you may be wondering, is this real? Can this actually happen for me? And the answer is, yes. Because it already has, for countless others who dared to declare it before you. Time after time, people who spoke these words, who claimed overflow with gratitude, saw their reality shift in ways logic could not explain. One woman whispered the declaration before bed. The very next morning, she opened her email to find a refund she didn't even know she was owed, more than enough to cover her overdue bill. A father, weighed down with debt, began repeating it every night with his children. Within weeks, a promotion appeared out of nowhere, higher pay, lighter workload, and the ability to finally breathe again. A college student, constantly stressed about tuition, wrote it in her journal every single day, I never run out of money. I live in overflow, with gratitude. Soon after, she received a scholarship she hadn't even applied for, covering the rest of her studies. Over and over again, the evidence is the same. When belief shifts, life shifts. Because overflow doesn't arrive politely, it breaks through. It doesn't wait for the perfect time. It moves the moment you align with it. It doesn't trickle, it floods. And maybe you've already felt it. Maybe since reading these words, you've noticed small signs. An unexpected discount at the store. A meal paid for without explanation. A forgotten subscription refund landing in your account. A stranger's generosity arriving right when you needed it most. These may look small, but they're not. They are the first drops of rain before the downpour. They are proof that overflow has already begun moving in your life. And soon, those drops turn into streams. Streams into rivers. Rivers into oceans. Until you look around and realize, the fear of running out has been replaced with the security of always enough. Because here's the most powerful evidence of all. Overflow is not just about money. It's about peace. It's about freedom. It's about waking up without the crushing weight of worry. It's about going to bed knowing tomorrow is already provided for. That is the evidence you can't fake. That is the kind of miracle no skeptic can deny. And now, your story is next. Not because of luck. Not because of chance. But because you dared to speak, to declare, to believe. I never run out of money. I live in overflow, with gratitude. That is the key. That is the shift. That is the evidence of overflow, alive, active, and already working in your favor. Overflow isn't a one-time miracle. It's not a flash of luck or a temporary blessing. Overflow is a lifestyle, a rhythm you choose, a way of living that keeps the flow alive. Because money doesn't just show up, it responds. It responds to the way you think. It responds to the way you speak. It responds to the way you treat it. Here's how to live in overflow every single day. 1. Speak it daily. Your words are the steering wheel of your life. Every morning, before your feet even touch the floor, declare, I never run out of money. I live in overflow, with gratitude. Say it until it feels natural. Say it until your mind stops arguing back. Say it until it becomes your reality. 2. Track with gratitude, not fear. Most people avoid looking at their money because they're afraid of what they'll find. But avoidance breeds scarcity. Instead, look at your numbers with calm. Thank your money for showing up. Every bill paid? Celebrate it. Every dollar received? Honor it. Gratitude keeps the doors of overflow open. 3. Treat money like a trusted friend. Think about it. If you constantly fear a friend will leave, if you cling too tightly or ignore them altogether, they'll feel pushed away. Money is the same. Respect it. Organize it. Give it purpose. Show it love. And it will keep coming back to you. 4. Build with intention. Overflow doesn't just flow to you, it multiplies through you. That means you don't just spend, you plant. You save with wisdom. You invest with clarity. You spend in ways that bring more life back to you. Every decision becomes a seed, and seeds grow when they're planted with intention. 5. Live generous, not fearful. Overflow is not meant to be hoarded, it's meant to circulate. When you give, you don't lose, you expand. A small act of generosity proves to the universe that you trust the flow, that you believe in more than enough. And that trust always returns multiplied. 6. Rest in trust. Overflow is not about constant hustling, grinding, chasing. It's about rhythm, flow, rest. It's about knowing that even when you pause, even when you breathe, even when you step back, the flow does not stop. Because overflow is steady. Overflow is faithful. Overflow is yours. And here's the most important truth. Overflow isn't about perfection. You don't have to get every decision right. You don't have to be flawless with money. You only have to stay open. Open to receive. Open to release. Open to live in the truth that money is not your enemy, not your master, but your partner. Because once you live in overflow, you stop surviving and start thriving. You stop bracing for not enough and start expecting more than enough. You stop fearing the end and start trusting the endless flow. So let this be your rhythm. Let this be your way of living. Let this be the lifestyle you step into now and never step out of again. Overflow is not a moment. It is your new normal. Take a breath. Feel how different you are from when you first began reading. The fear is lighter. The tension is weaker. The spark of faith inside you burns brighter. That is no accident. That is evidence. Evidence that overflow is not coming. It has already begun. So right now, I speak this blessing over you. May money never run dry in your life. May your income flow steady, increasing month by month. May your bills shrink, your debts dissolve, your burdens lift. May your home overflow with provision, your table overflow with food, your heart overflow with peace. May every seed you plant return multiplied, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. May you never again know the fear of lack, but live every day in the safety of abundance. Where others struggle, you will rise. Where others fear, you will rest. Where others chase, you will attract. Because you are aligned. Because you are chosen. Because overflow is your inheritance. And as you walk away from this moment, don't just let the words fade, seal them. Right now, with all the conviction in your spirit, declare once more, I never run out of money. I live in overflow, with gratitude. Type it. Speak it. Write it. Believe it. Let that declaration echo louder than doubt, stronger than fear, deeper than every old story of lack. And remember this, the miracle doesn't end here. This is not the finish line, it is the doorway. Today you step through into a life where provision is steady, peace is normal, and overflow is forever. So share this. Pass it on. Let someone else hear the truth that changed you. Because your overflow is not just for you. It is a light for others still walking in the dark. And when you do, something powerful happens. The blessing multiplies. What you speak for yourself, you release for others. And in that release, your flow doubles, triples, expands beyond measure. So go now. Walk in confidence. Rest in peace. Live in overflow. Because scarcity is over. Fear is finished. Abundance has come. And nothing can stop it. The miracle doesn't end here. The miracle begins here.